What's up? This is Malcolm from Unlocking the Truth, and you're listening to Honest Brutality.
Created by the people, created for the people. No holds barred, no punches pulled, just honest brutality. I don't know what the fuck you guys are thinking, but you don't ever talk about my band again. What's this honest brutality shit anyway?
Honest brutality.
Hello everybody, this is Camera Rebel from Honest Brutality, and I'm sitting here with my lovely peeps, Big Sloppy, and Evil. And on the phone today, we have amazing special guests. We have Jarad, Alec, and Malcolm of Unlocking the Truth. Hey guys, how are you?
Hello. Good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to sit down and talk with us knuckleheads.
It's fine.
So hey guys, let's have some fun. You guys ready to have some fun here?
Sure.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Check it out, guys. I'm going to paint you guys a scene here. October 2014, Sacramento, California. Aftershock.
Yeah.
Aftershock Festival. The very first time I've seen you guys, the very first time I found out about you guys. And I have to say that we were absolutely blown away. And it was such a pleasure to see you guys up there jamming. You rocked it.
Thank you. I feel like that was one of the worst shows we had.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. That was one of the... Well, we love crowd participation, and it was a kind of dead crowd. But what really made it bad for me was that we had our first headlining show, like the day before.
Yeah.
So I lost my voice because I was screaming and stuff. And I came, and I really had to fight to, push my voice to do the second set day.
Wow. If that was your worst show, then I'd like to see your best.
We should have went to Bonnaroo.
We wish.
Yeah, we wish.
I was really excited to see you guys that day because I had followed you when your video was going viral. We had heard you then and seen it. I thought you guys did a great job. In fact, we came over to the little tent when you guys were over there and wanted to say hi, but you had just people surrounding you, so we let it be. But we have the opportunity today, so good job, guys. You guys are out there killing it.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to see such talented young people doing such amazing things. You should be very proud.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now, you guys have Chaos, so you have your album, Chaos, and Take Control.
Right.
That song, that video, and I mean this in the most positive way, punches me square in the heart and soul. It has impacted me so much just because the bully aspect, and there's so much of it going on in the world. I just love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. That feedback means a lot.
When you guys wrote that, did you guys feel like you get a lot of negativity where you live because you're different than everyone else? I mean, there's not a lot of young guys doing metal in your area, is there?
No, I don't associate myself with the people where I live.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And why is that?
We weren't as accepted when, everything first started popping off. But then I feel like now, since rappers want to call themselves rock stars, they're being more accepted.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is interesting. Very interesting.
It's unfortunate, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Tell me something. When you guys go out on the road and you're playing with all these big acts and you're touring with them, do you feel like you're taken seriously by the other artists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Because we're musicians. We're not like rappers or
right.
Child rap. We actually play, so they have to give us that sort of respect in a way.
Sure.
That's
well,
awesome.
you never
That's
know.
good.
For the listening audience, they're not backstage. They don't know what goes on between the bands. And I was just curious as to how you're accepted and how you're treated. I would imagine that they take you into the fold. The metal community seems to be a big family, but I just wanted your take on it.
Well, personally, the bands that they've opened for have been very generous, very kind. They always encourage them, if that's the question that you were asking.
Yeah, pretty much.
In essence, yeah.
Because these kids, and I say kids, respectfully,
Young men,
young
yes.
No, but they were little at the time. They were tiny at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I watch these guys, young guys, and you guys are fantastic musicians. And Alec, I want to speak to you specifically. Watching you play bass, you remind me of Geezer Butler of Black Sabbath, the way he walks up and down the bass.
Yeah.
And your style, the way you handle it is pretty awesome.
Oh, wow. I need to check him out because my main influence is like Robert Trujillo.
Oh, yeah.
From Red Hot Chili
There you go.
Yeah.
But I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, you're the way you handle it, because you don't just sit there and drive a couple simple beats. You're up and down and walking up and down the neck on that bass, and it comes through and it makes your music shine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, hey, question for you guys. In June of 2013, that's when you guys were had the YouTube video in Times Square. You guys were out there playing. Did you at that point in time foresee you blowing up as this sensation as you have?
At the time, it was a hobby. More of that time period, we were really focused on school. Yeah. The band was still there, but we were in middle school at the time. So the mission was to get out of middle school going into high school. So we didn't really expect like that type of, how would I say, publicity to come out like that. And for it to happen like that, our lives changed tremendously.
I could imagine.
Yeah. So, hey, check it out, guys. I have 2 daughters, and they absolutely love your music. One is 12 and the other one is 14. And I asked them if they had any questions for you. So I'm going to go ahead and ask them if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay. Sure. So the first one is from my 12-year-old, and she says, explain what it's like being a star and meeting your fans.
I don't think any of us feel like stars yet, but
right,
I don't think we feel like stars. I still feel like a normal kid because I still take the bus. Like, I just do normal people stuff still, so I don't feel like a star. I just feel like we still have a lot to prove, but when we do meet our fans, it's very cool. It's really cool to have fans.
Yeah, when I meet our fans, it's pretty cool because I see them as potential friends. And it's the way that a lot of our fans come up to us, like whether we're out or we're at a show and they see us, they're just like, "Hey, we love your music. You guys are so cool." And it's just the way most of our fans approach us. Like, they don't like fangirl or fanboy over us. It's just like so casual that
That's awesome.
They could be potential friends. And sometimes in certain situations, we do end up hanging out with our fans.
That's
like,
probably because you're so approachable. You're such cool guys.
Yeah, I think that might be the reason.
So I would totally think so.
Malcolm, did you want to add something to that, honey?
Oh yeah, I don't know why I keep breaking up. It must be our horrible connection in this house. But yeah, what I was saying was that I don't think any of us feel like that famous yet. So when we do meet them, it's like it's kind of weird because we don't feel famous. It's just like people are coming up to us. We get a lot of fan mail. It's just like we're really touching people's hearts and we don't even know it. So
absolutely,
that's a really cool experience.
Yeah, that is. It's amazing. The next question is going to be from my 14-year-old. And she says, how do you balance being in a band and being in school?
Well, it's pretty easy as you think about it. It's just, you strive hard to do what you have to do in school, and then the band comes after. Our parents really, are strict on our education and telling us that education comes first. Yeah, we have to put that first. And then, after that, it's the band.
Listen, I don't know about them, but school ain't easy for me. I go to a prep school. So my mom put me in a prep school. Listen, it's hard. I get homework every night. I'm stressed. It's not fun. And then I gotta... we would rather be homeschooled. Of course. This is what we argue about all the time is homeschool. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys don't all go to school together?
No.
As far as school is concerned, for me, it's easy to balance because the band doesn't really interfere with our schoolwork. Like, we're not always like missing school and stuff, so I have a lot of time to like do school. so it doesn't really like interfere.
Yeah.
Right now, but there was times where it did, and we would have to like get our work permits and go to California for something, or go somewhere else for something, and like all this stuff was during the weeks of school. So
that's interesting. We don't think about that. You have to get a work permit because you're getting paid to play, obviously. That's something you don't think about, but you being your age, having to get a work permit to go to California.
There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it. Like we have to go to the doctor to make sure that we're healthy enough to work. I think we're only allowed to work a certain amount of hours.
But that's in California. A lot of those rules are just in California.
Yeah, that's just California.
Yeah.
Like anywhere else is fine. Like we're good.
Anywhere else is cool, but California.
Yeah.
Trust me, we know.
We live this nightmare every day.
Yes, we do.
Can you guys tell me, when you were working on Chaos, I know that there was a lot of things going on with Sony Records, and you did some songs with them.
Right.
5 songs, right? 6? Okay. So you finished the album out on your own, is that right?
Yeah, basically.
Was there a big difference in the process for you, or did you kind of carry over what you were doing while you were in the studio with Sony?
We did the whole thing over.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So you started from scratch.
Yeah. Same songs, just did it over.
Yeah, we didn't, like, when we say that the songs that we recorded were on the album, it's like, we didn't have the rights to the song. Well, I don't know if we didn't have rights. Okay, well, there's nothing about that. But we just had to put the songs over. Okay, we had to do the songs over. Johnny K, the producer, he just went into sessions that he had from before, and we just recorded over, like, because I had a new voice, because I recorded. It was like a year later, and we were better musicians, and then we added more songs on top of that. I think everything that happened is good. I don't want to say everything like the whole Sony deal is bad or anything like that. I feel like if you would have released it at that time, it would have been as good as.
That's interesting, Malcolm, because we watched your movie recently a couple times. In that movie,
thank you.
Well, no, you're welcome. It's very interesting. You guys are entertaining as hell to watch, all the way around. But it was interesting to me because you were kind of having a personal struggle with doing the vocals and learning to sing and the coaching. I saw the video, and when you first came out that very first time and did the live audio, and you were singing. Compared to the album, there's a huge difference there. You've grown tremendously.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still getting like stuff about my voice. I'm still working on it. It's not done yet.
Yeah, it takes time. Yeah. But you sound great on the album.
Thank you, and I will sound greater on the next one.
There you go.
I like that attitude.
Yes,
Speaking of which, the other day you were on Facebook Live, and you played just a little snippet of what you guys have been working on, a little demo. And
How do you like it?
Did I get you in trouble?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, I really I liked what I was hearing, but I noticed you were incorporating some electronic type or some keyboard sounds. Is that somewhere you're headed with your writing right now?
Yep. Well, when I listen to Chaos, I don't really get an album feel. I feel like you're just listening to a band jam. It's not really like a whole concept.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't really put the album together for it to be a concept. It was just a
compilation?
Compilation? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, songs that we had that we were performing, and we just put it together and recorded an album. But for this album, we want to try more things. We don't want to be the average metal band, so we're gonna try more things. Like we're trying electronic. I'm using different vocal technique, like not technique but style. Jared's changing, like he's using a lot of. Jarad, you can explain this.
There's a lot of versatility. For the second album, which hopefully we can, start recording really soon. We have like this orchestral song. So like one of my ideas was like bringing a chamber orchestra on stage with us, and I feel like that would be really
wow.
Have that type of sound. It's an acoustic song, so. But just like with violins, cellos, and upright bass, which Alec plays. So things like that. And then hopefully we're trying to, be even more versatile with like mixing, rock and metal with other types of music, such as hip hop, things like that. We want to be authentic, but we want to fit in the right place. It's not like going mainstream or staying underground. It's just like the right place.
Sweet spot.
We recognize everybody.
As far as I just feel like I just need to incorporate more styles of music. because I think we'll get a bigger audience from that, and we'll just like do what we want to do instead of just writing metal, because it's not like all we listen to is metal. Right. I know Malcolm listens to Lil Uzi Vert, and I listen to The Weeknd, and Jarad listens to Bryson Tiller, and those are some of our favorite artists. And we're not trying to go in that like metal direction, like say like making music like Metallica. We just want to make music that speaks to us. Really.
Sure, that's important too.
It sounded like Alex said that we were going to stop. Listen. I know metalheads are very sensitive about their friends. Nobody coming in putting anything else in it, but we're obviously a metal band, but we're just going to add a lot of flavors.
Right, exactly.
Sure.
Sprinkles. Ice cream with the sprinkle in it.
There you go.
We want some ice cream.
Everybody loves sprinkles, dude.
God, I love it. That's awesome, though.
I think it's really important too that you stay that course, because a lot of bands, accomplished bands that we've talked to that are very successful, what they tell us regularly is that they write music that they want to hear, that they want to play.
Yep.
Yeah, matter of fact, we just got off the phone with somebody in Ukraine from a band called Ginger. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ginger. He was saying the same thing you're saying, where they're using jazz influence. They're using...
see, that's something I would like to do with the band.
Yeah. Right. Well, we have a jazz influence on Hydrophobia.
Oh, I wouldn't even say that's jazz. I feel like that's a little popish.
That's what's going to set you apart and make you unique, in putting in what appeals to you and making that part of your music.
One of our friends, A$AP Rocky, he's a rapper. He said to us that sometimes it takes a selfish artist to succeed.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Wow. It is a really good point.
You know, as us being selfish and like we want to make what we want, whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
Know? And if you like it, then we'll succeed because you support it.
A little band called Nirvana did that. Yeah. Perhaps you heard of them. Yeah.
We had some of our listeners submit some questions for you guys too. They were pretty excited about the fact that we were going to be talking to you. One of the questions we got asked, which I thought was kind of an interesting question, you've probably been asked this a million times, who are each of your major influences? And I thought to myself, that's interesting because you're such a young band and you are now becoming an influence for other bands. How does that make you feel?
I didn't even see it that way.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, people tell us that we inspire them and we're influences to them, but it doesn't really come to light because we're not recognized as that yet. It's just like once in a while people tell us, oh, you inspire me, or you influence them to do certain things.
Nah, that's not once in a while. Actually, Alec,
that's every day now.
Yeah, it's been every day. I mean, like, we get Facebook mail all the time. Like, it's ridiculous. My mom...
I'm talking about Facebook mail. I'm talking about people coming up. That's
we don't get recognized in the street like that right now. But, like, behind the scenes, we get a bunch of people telling us how much we inspire.
And that's a good thing.
I'm talking about in the
it makes us feel like we're not doing it for nothing.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It makes you feel like you're not doing it for nothing. Yeah, exactly. Because you're inspiring people. You're changing something in their life, right?
Of course. And, like, we have, like, soldiers talking to us, talking about how much we make their day and stuff like that. It's crazy. We're inspiring little kids, grown men, middle-aged. We're inspiring a lot of people, and it makes me feel really good. Because I remember the bands that used to inspire me, make me get my days. And it's cool that we're able to do that at such a young age.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's amazing. Malcolm, why don't you tell us how you guys start writing songs, the writing process?
Yeah, okay. So, you have to come up with a melody at first. So, it's either Alec is going to come up with a riff or something. Then, Jarad going to add his drums. And then the vocals come last. And then we make a demo. And then we're going to send it. Well, we're going to work on the demo in the real studio. And that's how, like, a song is going to be put together usually.
When you first started out, you weren't doing vocals. So, tell me about what happened there. What happened with the switch and how did you become the vocalist?
I remember me and Jarad were coming back from a concert, and we were talking about getting a girl singer. We used to talk about that a lot.
A girl singer?
Yeah.
But I don't know how I started singing.
I don't like little kid voices, and I did not want them to sing. But they had to work along. But they had to get like, it's like, oh God, not that sickening kid voice. Jesus, no. The music was too strong for a little kid voice, you know? So I think they were stronger musicians than they were vocalists. But then after a while, you need to sing. It's like, oh God, we need to sing. So, here we go. that's my spin on why they started singing. But when they were little, no way.
No, and it's really come quite a ways. It sounds great.
Yeah.
And keep up that good work, man. That's got to be hard. You've already got enough going on. You're playing the guitar, and then you got to worry about singing in tune, and it's a lot to do. So you're a very talented young man. Keep it up.
Thank you. And I have to balance trying to practice guitar, making songs, learning how to sing with all my stupid schoolwork too.
Hey man, school's important. I'm with your mom on this. School's important.
Yeah, of course it is, but when you have a band, it's really a lot.
Yeah. So have you taken any formal singing lessons, Malcolm?
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna help. I think I just need to find my voice by myself, because singing lessons are just gonna teach me how to sing properly. But I need to learn how to find my voice first. And I don't think a vocal coach can really help you find your voice. I think that's a thing. And I'm growing, so I guess it's a thing I'm gonna have to find by myself.
Right. It's gonna be a journey. That's for sure.
Yep.
And I just have to say your scream, your growl, I dig it. I love it.
Thank you. I can't even. Jarad knows, boy. Alec knows. I can't scream for my life. Listen, you don't. I have to practice screaming so long. If right now, if you told me to scream, we have not did a show. We do not record that much. So if you told me to scream right now, it's not just like it takes. You just have to how to do it. So I have to perfect it still.
Right.
But, it's hard. So.
Hey, Alec, Jarad, do you guys ever think about singing one of the songs or anything?
Usually on live performances, I do backup vocals for Malcolm.
It's backup there. Backups on the album.
I know backup. Yeah. I'm talking about lead vocals on any of the songs.
They're going to incorporate that in the next album. You could do that.
Yeah, we could. That's not a problem, but I just never see myself doing any of that.
Oh, yeah. Not like Peter Criss?
Nah.
You could be like the Rev. You could be like the Rev on Critical Acclaim.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right on.
There you go.
So tell us, guys, are you looking forward to another round of touring? You getting out there this summer? What do you got on the books, or do you know?
Hopefully.
You can't really talk about it, but yeah.
Okay.
We really.
Oh.
Listen, if we could do it, we would definitely be on tour right now. But it's a lot of background stuff.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah, there's a lot of semantics involved. That's for sure.
So far of all the shows that you've played, can you give me an idea of what some of your favorites were?
I'm going to guess Bonnaroo.
Right.
Bonnaroo is one.
Let me see. Oh, actually, it was in that little bar. Yo, it was our first real, people really came out
the trash bar.
Right, the trash bar, yeah.
The trash bar.
Yo, it was amazing. We weren't even big yet. And people came out to see us. That was crazy.
Was it good because of the crowd response? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. And we were still really young. No vocals, yeah. Alec just joined the band. You knew we was Times Square days. Before Times Square blew up, we had fans coming to us. That was crazy. Huh. I like that. Just the idea of us having a we wasn't even headlining the event. We were just in the middle of this set, and people came, and then when other bands came on, they left. I like that part about us. That happens all the time. The next band to come on, they know. I like that part about us. But yeah, it's crazy because we weren't even big yet. So I find that crazier than Bonnaroo because Bonnaroo, people know what Bonnaroo is. Of course, a bunch of people are gonna come to see Bonnaroo and have fun. But I think just us having people come out to see little kids before we even blew up, before the Sony deal and everything is crazy. So that's my favorite.
That's cool, man. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Jarad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you a question, dude. So it's Jarad turns 30 years old, and he looks back on his career and unlocking the truth. What does he see?
Okay. 30 years old, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, well, 30 years old. All right, I'm going to be very realistic with you.
Okay.
30 years old, I see myself having my first child. Probably married. Living probably here or California. The band is huge. Probably an A-list celebrity by now. Well, by then. Having multi-selling platinum records. Individually, see myself owning my own record label.
There you go.
investing in many companies. Yeah, and overall just being an entrepreneur.
That is awesome, dude. So boy or girl?
I really want my first child to be a girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. That's so awesome. Good for you.
Thank you.
I want to alien when I'm old.
Well, how about you, Malcolm? You're 30 years old and you're looking back. What do you see?
I'm gonna have a studio in my house. So me, Alec, and Jarad always record.
There you go.
Make professional songs all the time. I'm gonna be producing and engineering too. We're gonna have platinum records. The band's gonna have platinum records, of course. And I don't want to be a band that performs at like 3,000. I want to be like a arena band. You know what I'm saying? You're like 20,000 people, 10,000 people, stadium tours. I want stadium tours. I want people to be looking up to. I mean, they already do, but yeah, that's pretty much platinum records. Platinum records, a studio in the house, and stadium tour.
That's awesome.
So tell me, what are you guys up to right now? What are you doing with yourselves right now?
Later today, we're going to the studio.
Oh, right on.
To record.
To record. Right on.
With another art. We're going to record with another artist. Experimenting.
So. So can you tell us who that artist is, or?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, come on now.
I tried.
No, he's good at secrets. Look, he's giving you the face, too.
He's like, no,
he's giving you the face.
Well, you don't have to tell us. Jarad, can you tell us?
Nah, I can't.
All right, check it out. So I got to ask you, Malcolm, I noticed you're still rocking the headband. You going to stay with that look for a while?
Oh, of course. Look, listen. What? Does Lenny Kravitz wear headband?
I don't know. Jimi Hendrix did.
I know. If I'm going to be part of the Black Guitarist, I have to wear a headband. And I like it. This is a tie.
I know. Like, it looks awesome.
Thank you. I got this from the rapper. Like, I think this is what we were discussing this. Me, Alec, and Jarad want to bring, like, because metal is not really big on anything but the music, but I want to bring like fashion.
There you go.
Right on, man.
Yeah, I like that idea, dude.
I'm really scared that I'm gonna get metal fans really mad, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, they're sellouts." But I really don't care at the same time because I'm just trying to do something new, not the same old thing.
Good for you.
Absolutely.
No, that's awesome.
I think that's badass. Hey, I want to ask you something else. The other day, I was talking to you a little bit on Facebook when you were doing your live video, and you said you wanted a stage name. Did you come up with one?
Nope.
Not yet?
Malcolm Boomin.
How
about you, Jarad?
Oh, yeah. When it comes to like the band and like my rock star status, I use the last name of Unlocking the Truth, Jarad Truth.
Jarad
so, like,
Truth.
When I'm on stage, I'm Jarad Truth. When I'm a regular person, I'm Jarad Dawkins.
That's awesome.
I need a whole new name. Because I want to, like, when I make music, I want to feel like I'm a whole new person. Like, when I come home from school and the teachers be stressing me out and my mom don't stop yelling, I want to just go in the basement, become a new person. That's the only reason why I want stage name. Then I can feel like a whole new person in my music career.
You need to have a one-word name.
Okay, so we're gonna start.
awesome.
We're gonna start a campaign to help Malcolm develop his new stage name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We're gonna help you out, dude. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are amazing, man. I really love what you're doing, and I got to tell you, there's something that I wanted to ask you, and I don't want you to take offense to this, okay? But
No.
there's a lot of people out there that that compare you to some other acts with young artists.
Yeah.
And
there we go.
And yeah, I think you know where I'm headed with this, huh? And here's the thing. Well, here's the thing: is I've heard you be compared just because you're young to other young artists that are out there doing this. I'm going to throw a name out there, and I don't want anybody to take offense because I don't make this comparison.
And for the record,
I don't take offense. I'm just going to tell you what I think.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I've heard people say that your popularity is akin to baby metal because of your age. I completely disagree because they don't play their instruments. You do. They don't write their songs. Right. You do. Right. But I wanted to know how that makes you feel when you hear that.
I compare this to like. Let's just give a hip hop instance. So, there's two Toronto rappers, which is Drake and Tory Lanez, right? And people say like Drake doesn't write his music, but he is very far in his career.
Right.
Right. And then you have Tory Lanez who's like he writes his own music and he gets more like fans, intimate with him, and people start to realize that he's the better artist. So like, and he actually is doing something for himself. So I feel like this is like Baby Metal unlocking the truth. Like we're actually doing something. And then you have like Baby Metal where, you know, they're in the limelight and they get more acknowledgement, but it's the type of acknowledgement where it's like it's not supposed to be there.
Right.
You know?
It's
superficial.
It's trumped up.
Well, I think of Baby Metal as a Broadway act because you know, like
right, something like
there you go.
Like, it's the people that play the instruments in the background and 3 little girls performing in the front. So it's like a Broadway act more.
I agree.
So,
Good.
And you know,
Good analogy.
I think personally, my opinion is the difference is you guys are going to last. You're going to maintain and you're going to be there in 10 years and they are not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No beef though. Like
no. We need to start one. That's how you get bigger.
No. Don't listen to him, you guys.
Don't listen to him.
You guys,
Malcolm's just cracking up.
You guys are I'm becoming a bigger fan of you guys as we go, because if you ever listen to our show, you can go back and listen to my comments on Baby. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but you guys are like the real deal. That's all. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
Listen, when this second album comes out, it's gonna be over. Me, Alec, and Jarad know it's gonna 2017 or 18 is gonna be our year, and we're gonna be big.
Good. I want to ask you something else. Another comment that you had made, someone had asked you on Facebook about one of the favorite artists that you had met or hung out with, and you had said Marilyn Manson. I was curious if you could tell us just why. Why was that your favorite artist that you've met so far or hung out with?
I mean, yeah, I could name a bunch of artists that like live in color. They're really close to us as family, and the only reason why I said Marilyn Manson is because, like, I think we can relate to Marilyn Manson on he's different and we were different. We're black kids. We're supposed to be like the average hood kid on the block. Because you know when Jarad was with his friends in the movie, you saw how hood his friends were and you see how normal Jarad is, right?
Yeah.
So it's from the wise words of A$AP Rocky, a rock star, somebody who like does something, and even when everybody else said they couldn't. So I think that's like why I really resonated with him. And plus, he's a cool person. He talked to us like he was joking with us. It wasn't like all serious talks and stuff like that. Like he used to play with us and all the content. He's a really cool person. I just really like touring with him.
That's awesome. I like that.
He let us up on stage and play beautiful people with him. Like, how much more can you ask from Marilyn Manson?
Tell us, guys, is there anything that we didn't talk about today that you want to tell the listening audience, that you want to tell the world?
You had asked us a question like, who are our influences?
Yes, sir.
You want to start, Malcolm?
My influences?
Yeah.
I'm not into a lot of new like metal bands. I'm into like still my old bands. I always will be into, but I think that's what our music really sounds like. Like I like Stirred, obviously, Slipknot. I really got into System of a Down recently. And I really like Little Uzi for his melodies. And my mom took me to see Ernie Isley yesterday, and I just heard a bunch of old music from that kind of like those kind of days. And I really like old R&B. Like I like the melodies they have. They have really nice like. I think I'm gonna start listening to that to like see if I can find any melodies I really like. They have those things is crazy. Like those are some. Those are
right. That's a really good point. Yeah. I'd be down for hearing some R&B metal.
Yeah. What about you, Jarad?
I'm gonna have to agree with Malcolm. Like the same bands that he listened to is what we grew up with listening to together. But as of now, as of this current time period, I do not have any more influences as far as like metal. It's just because metal and like individually, just because I want to find a way to be myself. And if I keep looking up to those people will start comparing me to those people. Just like how, like, you know, I took the constructive criticism of you, like, comparing us to Baby Metal. But, like, in, you know, future terms, I would just want to be compared to myself. And people saying that, you know, he did this because he innovated this, or, you know, he's recognized because he did this, not because he played like this or did that. So that's just how I want to be recognized. And that, like, you know, my name will be legendary, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing.
You know that. How old are you, Jarad?
I know, right? He's an old soul.
Oh, 15.
You just said some of the most mature things I've ever heard out of a 15-year-old.
Yep.
Just turned 52.
Just turned 15. Well, Jarad, what has been the greatest part of your journey so far, and what has been the most frustrating part of your journey so far in unlocking the truth?
Let's see. There hasn't really been anything frustrating. No, not really. I could probably get mad at y'all. But like,
no, Malcolm was cracking us up.
No, Malcolm.
What?
Yeah, like, what you mean? Nothing. Yo, this is the most stressful band I've like. This is stress.
No,
It's
like,
stressful.
not in terms of the background. I'm talking like in terms of like shows and like, you know.
Nah, I'm talking about background. This background stuff is.
Oh well, background, yeah.
Yeah, all of it. Your whole journey.
Okay, well, yeah, the background is very frustrating. That's frustrating. Every
if you
single
think
day.
it was back in the show, it's work. Nah, it's the worst thing I've seen. Everything was
Right.
back. It's just slow now, so it makes everybody so impatient. So
Right.
it gasses us up. It makes us fight even more. So
Interesting.
Yeah, the background is frustrating. That's a matter of every day. So
what do you mean by Jarad? What do you mean by the background being frustrating? Can you elaborate on that?
like, because not everybody agrees to something, and not everybody's on the same page. Really, that's the main focus of it. Everything else is just, it is what it is. There's like some opportunities that I wish we could take that we didn't as a group.
Yeah.
And then some opportunities that we missed that could have been very good for us. Let me see. And then majority of the stuff was just very good. Like, all the shows really. We learn from each experience.
Yeah.
I think we're frustrated with the planning and the direction of the band.
That's true too.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot of planning that goes on to this band. And the thing about that is just that they don't know, like, some people that are around us don't know how to market this band well. Yeah. Just because, we're actually instrumentalists. And, with us playing instruments, it's just like, how do you do this? How do you do it the right way? And I'm pretty sure there's a right way. I just feel like the people that are around us don't know the right way. Or whoever we come in contact with don't know the right way yet. But it's always a learning experience.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. And you're learning young,
Right.
You're not 40 years old learning.
Yeah, these are good tools.
Exactly.
As you grow, this is going to help you. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
You really got to think, like, these managers have, or whatever, anybody that wants to work in it, they really have, like, I feel like, well, based on what people tell us, like, we have, like, a lot of potential to be, like, a really, really big, legendary band. So they have to find the right way to market us. And I don't think they know, like, the right way yet. They're still trying to find ways. So it's just been taking a long time for a lot of stuff to happen.
Yeah. Well,
right. Because I can imagine you guys are like, just market us, period. Don't find a way.
It's
just
also
do it.
very expensive.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Which is unfortunate, but just be patient because you have a product that's worth it and you have talent. So be patient because when it does come along, it's going to be the right move for you guys. That's just my advice.
I feel like as us artists, we need to find a way to be exclusive. Like, I'm not saying like this interview or anything is wrong here because I appreciate this interview a lot. But like some artists, let's just say The Weeknd, they don't take certain interviews just because they want to be exclusive.
Understood.
So like,
but there's also a point where you can cut your nose off to spite your face.
Right. That's true too. So, that's just his way of being exclusive. And then you have like, Drake, he never went to any BET Awards in his life. So that's his way of being exclusive because he wants to have like, this uprising of a god, like, presence of him. And then same thing with Jay-Z. He's never been to a BET Awards. So that's ways of them being exclusive.
There's a rapper called Playboi Carti, and he has been on the scene since 2015. He has yet to release a mixtape yet. He's been in the game for like 2 years, yet to release a mixtape. He only does features. He stayed relevant, like highly relevant.
Right, see, and that's a way of them being exclusive. Right.
He has like a few features a year, and he stays like amazingly relevant. I don't know how. That's ridiculous. People like when they can't touch you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The more out of reach you are, the more people are gonna want to look at you.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
That's very true.
So I feel like a way for us to be exclusive somehow, some way, people are going to want to contact us and find a way to get us.
Yeah, exactly. So now for the listening audience, we do have Annette in the room, and Annette is Malcolm's mom. And Annette, you are as well the band manager. Is that correct?
Co-manager.
Gotcha. So, Annette, I'm a mom. My son is a musician, and I've kind of taken a step back from my life and put myself into your shoes. And so tell me, what are your triumphs in this journey, and what are your struggles in this journey with the boys?
The triumphs are obvious. The triumph. We got them out the basement. We got them, on a world stage. We got their foot in the door. But what you said, the struggles, that's what you said?
Yes.
The struggles are just like, again, when people come in to manage, you have to make sure their intentions are honorable.
Right.
There's one way I want this kid to be seen. There's another way I don't.
Right.
And then try to mix genres and just certain things I don't want them doing because I think they're too young. Although they're 16, they're still kids to me. And they really are. They're not adults. So like for me, I wouldn't allow them to take their shirt off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm still corny like that. And let's say they want to collaborate. Let's say like a rapper. They can't curse. They can't be on a song that cursing. Okay, I might let you say the H word. You know what I mean? But like just that strong language, it defeats the purpose. Because if you want to inspire people, there's a certain way you have to be. You have to make up your mind. You're going to inspire, or you're just going to fall in line with the rest of the whatever that's in the world. But back to your question about being a parent, it's not easy. It's really not easy. It's not easy. And then like for us, because there's 3 different families involved,
Right.
So everybody has their own lives. And like today we got something to do. It's like, oh God, not again. It's like, yeah, but it's part of being in the band.
Yeah.
So if your son, and like when you get involved with people, you have to make sure everybody is on the same page. That's the hardest part. That's really the hardest part.
Keeping your ducks in a row, huh?
Yeah, it really is. Because you might want to go here, it's like, but it's a good idea for the band, but everybody doesn't agree. But you have to do something. You can't stand there just waiting for the exact moment. Take advantage of the moments that are like right in front of you. And if it doesn't, ruin your pristine reputation, take advantage of it. But I think I'm going over. They want to go on tour. That's when we lose. It's like, okay, these kids, y'all want to go on tour, but you got to go to school.
Yeah.
There's something. It's like, if people don't understand how much it costs to go on a road. Oh yeah, bring a tooth. Like when you don't have a label backing you, who's digging their pocket to pay for? Because people think bands are paid these exorbitant amounts of money, they're not.
Uh-huh.
You might make a couple of $100 in a row, but it's cost you $1,500 to go to a show. That means we have to turn that gig down.
Yeah.
You understand? And the kids cry, "Oh, come on, Mom, we want to play." Yeah, but who's paying for it?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's stuff like that. And it's like, we know what needs to be done for the band. It's about money. Bottom line is money.
Yeah.
Bottom line is money. If you just want to be like a hobby, just playing around, fine. But if you want to really take it to the next level, you have to pay for a PR person. You have to pay for studio time. You have to pay to get your music. That's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
If you don't have a label supporting you, who's going to pay for it? Is everybody willing to dig in their pockets? Again, there's 3 kids involved. It's each set of family. Okay, it costs, let's say, let me use a low ball. It costs $3,000 to record one song. Is each family willing to give up $1,000 for the song? Not everybody wants to do that.
Right.
Then that becomes frustrating. Then you want to do a video. Let's say a video costs $5,000. Is each family willing to give the $1,500? It becomes a problem. Now you want to go on the road. There's a lot of blocks there.
Yeah.
But one day. But the thing is, when we had the money, we did what we were supposed to do with it. But I'm just saying, but it takes a lot. And then you think about, let's get signed to a label. Then you become like an indentured servant. You know what I mean? It's like, you make some money, but it's really not that much like you think. Because like, again, the music industry, the way they sell music nowadays is different. You don't make a lot of money like those guys when they were selling like hard vinyl. It's just different nowadays. It's not an easy hustle like everybody thinks it is. It's not glamorous, know. And the truth of the matter was, the band started as a way to keep my kid busy and off the street. And then you got these nice little friends. Okay, fine, he's gonna be your friend. Well, y'all ain't rolling. You're not roaming the streets either. Go do something creative with your time. And one thing turns into another. Now they're a band. So like I said, when we started, the intent was honorable. Like, trying to keep the kid busy, giving them confidence, because when a kid can't do something, and let me rewind it. Let's say you got a kid in school. Nobody likes school really. But outside of school, there's something they're really good at. Then you have a group of friends and they're really good at it. So it keeps them motivated, keeps them from falling in the cracks. Like, because we live in a big city and it's easy for them to get sucked into that black hole. And that's not what I want. All three of them are really nice kids and I want them to stay there.
Yeah, they're wonderful kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and like being in this business, you meet all kinds of people. Okay, you meet
I'll bet. I'll bet.
That's the truth.
Well, I have a question for you in that regard. Do you have concerns about them as far as being child stars? We've seen in the world how a lot of child actors and child stars have churned out because of the fame at an early age. Does that concern you at all?
No, I will strangle all three of them. I don't care what.
I love her.
Don't even go there. No.
That's
but
awesome.
The other thing is, but for real, but we go on the road with them. And like, I don't care how old they get. I say like maybe when does child support stop after they graduate from college? I say by the time they're 23, we might let them go on the road unescorted without one of us.
There you go.
They hate it because they're teenagers. But it's like, listen, if we allow y'all to go because we know you're nice kids, you don't know what's going on the road. And there's certain things we won't let you be exposed to where somebody else won't ask, no big deal. But it's a big deal to me. So if one of us is available, one of the parents, there's certain places they're not going to go. There's certain things they can't do because, the mother or father's around. So that to me is important. That's how I think, how can I say, like I was watching, you ever watch this show called Unsung?
Unsung?
It's a show about unsung. It's like what happened, like, it's like, where are they now?
Oh, okay.
And it was a kid, it was a kid man, and none of the parents went on the road with them. And one of them lost their damn mind. And it's like, and I understand how that can happen because probably the parent could not afford to skip work. You understand what I mean? Because we still have real jobs.
Right.
And like I said, when they road, it comes from, coordinating. But one of us has to go on the road with them just to protect them. Like again, because they're teenagers. Oh, mom, you're cramping my style. No, I'm not. I'm protecting.
Right.
Come on, you're standing behind. No, we're protecting you. You just don't know. They want to be free, but you can't let them. So I hope I answered your question.
Absolutely.
Yes,
and I wanted to say,
that was great.
On behalf of everyone here, we salute you and we applaud you and all of the other parents. We think it's amazing, your support and your dedication to the kids and to their art.
Yeah, well, thank you. But the thing is, if it was your kid, you do the same thing. Think about it.
I would.
If there was something your kid really wanted to do, if there's something your kid wanted to do and they were good at it, why not push them?
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
You never know what'll happen.
I approach raising my daughters the same way. If you're going to do something, do it the best you can do it. Just absolutely do whatever time it takes to be the best at it. Just do it. And I'll support you 100%. But don't do something, don't do anything, pardon the term here, half-assed and expect to see results.
Exactly.
So.
It's a lot of time and effort when you manage, even if they were a band or a child star or a soccer team, then it takes a lot of time. If the kid is playing around with your time, you're really going to step on them. Later to strangle them, you step on them. Like, how dare you waste my time? You know what else I can do with my money besides support a band, right? I'm having a midlife crisis. Me and my midlife crisis, there's a lot of things I can do with my money besides support a band.
That's awesome.
Exactly. Wow.
Thank you so much for your input. We really appreciate it. Hey, Malcolm.
Yes.
Hey, dude. Thanks for being so cool and talking to us today. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for giving us an interview. We're a really bored band. So thank you.
You're really bored band? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we're bored. Like, we don't do a lot. So when people interview us, I really appreciate it.
Oh,
well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That was interesting.
It was cool. It's funny because going into the conversation with Unlocking the Truth, I was actually met with some personal trepidation because I thought, this is a group of young men and I've seen their movies and I've seen their Facebook videos and stuff. And, they're young men.
They're kids.
Yeah,
they're kids. They're teenagers.
They're all over the place, and they're very much. What am I doing over here? What am I doing over there? And keeping on task and that kind of thing. That wasn't the case here, really. I mean, they were so involved that they were kind of infighting, which was kind of amazing. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to explain to the listening audience. As we move forward, we bring video to the platform that will help. But if you could have seen some of their expressions and
that was amazing,
and them kind of bantering inside, that was really neat to see. Gifted group of guys, and I really think that people make a huge mistake where this band is concerned because they look at them as a novelty because of their age. Well, their age, ethnicity, and demographic area, which all of those things are an absolute mistake. Just listen to the music.
Yep, exactly.
Their musicianship is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is.
They can flat play.
Well, I can't wait to see what they do in their future. 10 years from now, I can't wait to see where they're at.
It's funny you say that. Evil and I were having this conversation earlier. They're turning 15, 16 right now.
Yeah.
When they're 18, 21, 25, the maturity and what they'll have in their pocket at that point should be really. And I like what they're saying about wanting to be unique and separating themselves and being set apart
and doing their own thing.
Right. I was just going to say something about that.
And they're at that age now where that's really going to come into focus. And obviously it is coming into focus. And we're probably going to start seeing that on the next album they put out.
And it's really cool that they're aware of it.
Yeah. That's the comment that I was going to make is it's so rad that we talk to these older individuals and bands and they say, we play music for us, not for, everybody else. And for these 15, 16-year-olds to say the same thing, it's just wisdom.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It was pretty badass.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, cool.
This has been Honest Brutality, and you can check out all of our past episodes and everything else that we have going on at honestbrutality.com.
Stop in and say hi. Call us, 530-962-0411. Tell us what you think about Unlocking the Truth. We'd like to hear back from you.
You can also hit all of our socials. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we really look forward to the interaction there. No matter where you're listening to this, one of the most important things you can do to help support our show is to like, rate, review, and subscribe. The reviews make a huge difference, especially on the Apple platform. So if you're on iTunes, that keeps us relevant and people can find us when they search a lot more easily. In the meantime, there's a lot of things you can do with yourself, but the one thing you should do,
stay metal!
Stay metal.
And here's some Unlocking the Truth.
Become so quiet. Is there anybody home? And I become a riot, and I don't wanna die alone. And your words so silent, had your heart turned to stone. And I become so violent. This place is not a home. It's a reality, not a fate. Just doing what's